Hi, it's Dusty, not Juice, with a disclaimer. If you want your replay of having a higher chance of being commentated by Juice, it is in your best interest to use a Puyo skin that she can easily distinguish. In case you do not know or remember, our friend Juice is colorblind. In general, you want to pick out a Puyo skin that distinguishes the Puyos by something other than the colors. This can be the shape, or their faces, or something similar. The Puyos that I would recommend that you use as skins if you want to use them would be the Gummy Puyos, Aqua Puyos, Fever Puyos, Alphabet Puyos, Retro Puyos, and Flat Puyos. These Puyos all have different faces on the Puyos and different shapes for the Puyos to make them easier to distinguish from something other than color. The Puyo skins that I think are a little bit tenuous that you could use but are not as recommended, I think, are the classic Puyos, the metallic Puyos, the MSX Puyos, and the Sonic Puyos. The classic Puyos and the MSX Puyos have the same faces for all of the Puyos, but they are differently shaped. The metallic Puyos are the same as the Fever Puyos, but the colors are even more desaturated, so even though it has the other markers, I still think that contributes to it being a little bit tough to distinguish. Because it's not like Juice can't see color at all. She can't see some colors. And lastly, the Sonic Puyos actually meet the requirements for recommended Puyos. It's just that the Sonic Puyos are an eyesore, so I wouldn't recommend those. Lastly, the Puyos I would not recommend that you use if you want Juice to be able to commentate your matches are the Capsule Puyos, the Chalk Puyos, the Morolean Puyos, the Block Puyos, the Humanoid Puyos, the Game Gear Puyos, or the Mino Puyos. The Chalk Puyos are especially egregious because all of the Puyos are the exact same shape with the exact same face. They're very, very pastel, so they're difficult to see, and they don't make clear shapes. They don't make the connector shapes when the two Puyos of the same color are connected to each other. They are so difficult to see that even I have difficulty seeing them, and I pride myself on having very good color distinction in my eyes and all that. Every other set of Puyos have the similar problem where they all have the same shape and they don't have any features on the face of them that would make them more easily distinguishable. So I'm just putting that out there. If you want your matches commentated by Juice and not me, you have a higher chance of Juice commentating them if you use Puyos she can actually see. Thank you. Hi, hello everyone. Our Juice is colorblind. Don't forget that. So this is a very cute skin, but she can't see it. So this is going to hamper her ability to commentate some of these matches if you use a skin that is not colorblind friendly. So let's just put that out there. We got a 2-chain response from SDGuy. That doesn't seem to have blocked off Clover. Here's how Clover can still win. Nice 2-chain. SDGuy has done like a nice little sandwich form. That's gonna go into an 8-chain, I believe. So puts the pressure on Clover to respond, but you know, they don't have enough pieces for that, and SDGuy takes that game. Actually, while I'm at it, I think I can like list off the Puyo skins that are colorblind friendly. SDGuy's all in on this sandwich form though. Clover's got a good 2-chain if they pop those greens, but they also have a pretty strong L-shaped form going on if they pop the blues on the left, which I don't think they opted not to do.
Too bad.
think if they were a little bit faster on that one, they could have gotten the jump on SDGuy, though. I will say off the top of my head, like, I know the ones that Juice can use are the ones that have faces that are different for each Puyo. So that's the gummy Puyos, the flat Puyos, every Puyo like that. The metallic Puyos are a little bit, they're a little bit tough. SDGuy's gonna set off that. Unfortunately, it doesn't connect all the way down because of the garbage. Wait, oh my goodness. You're mine, Clover. But Clover, you need to bring that back by being able to finish the job. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm looking at the skins. I think that's important information, though. Look at the skins. That's going to be a 3-chain. Clover doesn't have a 3-chain in response. I think if somebody builds a 3-chain, you do kind of need to respond with either a power 2 or a 3-chain of your own. And if they start building 4s, you gotta be able to build at least a 5, you know. SDGuy is definitely a player who can build up to 7 or 8 on a good day, so that is going to be something that Clover needs to work around. Always play to your strengths. Okay, so the colorblind friendly Puyos I'm going to go ahead and say are, you know, the Aqua Puyos, the Gummy Puyos, the Fever Puyos. Classic Puyos are helpful because they have different shapes for each color. The flat Puyos have different shapes and they all have different faces. The Sonic Puyos also have, like, different shapes that would be helpful for a colorblind individual, I think. But, like, they're also kind of an eyesore, so I don't recommend the Sonic Puyos. The alphabet ones have, like, they're shaped like letters, so they're quite literal in their colors. But I haven't seen many people use them.
Too bad.
By far, the worst ones to use, like, for your Puyo skin are the chalk Puyos, because those are, like, completely illegible as Puyos. They're really hard to read. Even for me, and I'm not colorblind. Yeah, Penny blocks them off with a really strong power chain. They just gotta follow it up. Sorry, not Penny, Clover. Oh my goodness! You gotta set off higher than a 1, though. Gotta be able to do those a little bit tougher, because they're gonna send off a crazy power 3. And that's gonna be... That might be it. It's like almost half a board of damage, so... Says that this one's a 3. That was a good response. Margin time is starting to kick in, because it's been quite a bit of time. It's like 96 seconds before margin time. So the chains are starting to get a little bit more powerful. Clover manages to dig back down to their original chain, but is immediately buried with the 2-chain onslaught. I do admit, I don't find this very fun to play against. You know, this segment of the match is always a little bit irksome. If they can place those yellows in, I don't think they have the opportunity to be able to do so, though. That'll be the game. You know, other Puyo skins that tend to be bad because they don't really distinguish in terms of shape. I would say the capsules, the MSX, the Morolian, the blocks, the humanoids, and the Mino Puyos. So, if you want your match commentated by Juice, or you want a higher chance of having your match commentated by Juice, it would be helpful to use a Puyo skin that she can actually see.
Too bad.
What are these ones called again? This specific one. I feel like I don't remember. Is there also like a... Okay, the Game Gear ones. Yes. This one. This one is not recommended. That's a block off. It's not going to completely block off the chain, though. So... I think what would really help Clover is, like, having multiple 2 chains prepared. Multiple 3 chains, at least. Being able to do a power 3 is pretty good. But you have to be able to follow up. That was the big one. So that was a pretty brutal 7-0, if I do say so myself.